a long time ago, if I was involved in politics. Anybody who says I am involved in politics is the greatest idiot of the century. Because you know what? I hate politicians with my last blood. Do you know why? They are they are liars.
Thanks for clicking on this channel. Please subscribe to AFO's blog history and click on the notification button so that whenever we upload a new video you will be notified. There is Esan Agenda and Edo Agenda. The Benin videos are a reaction to Esan Shenanigans insulting Benins, says Izoduwa. Mr. Izoduwa said he has been an advocate of Benin and its history. There is Esan Agenda and there is also Edo Agenda too. When I speak about Benin people, those people who are under the payroll of politicians should keep quiet because I am not paid to defend Benin people and his history, said Izoduwa. If Edo people vote for another person in 2024, who will be challenging the Oba of Benin, as this present governor is doing, I, Izoduwa, will pack my load and leave the state for them. I will not fight again. It is not those Esan Shenanigans insulting Benin that piss me off, but those Esan people who support them, who never called their people to order. When these Esan people were insulting Benin people and the big house, no Esan person spoke out. Now Benin people are reacting, they are complaining. Esan people should remove their mouths from Benin history and mind their business. You can't insult people and expect them not to insult you back. When the state government was dragging Benin artifacts with the palace of Oba of Benin, many of these Benin people seem to be on the side of the palace now. Kept mute, then, said Izoduwa. Please sit down and watch the video as Mr. Izoduwa gives a detailed explanation.
Let me drink some water. Okay. I want to speak about three very important things. First, we're going to speak on the so-called agenda. We're going to speak on that. I'm going to speak on Chifute Tenegiabi. I'm going to speak on him. And I'm going to speak on something that concerns me. So, have we discussed with our ancestors? So, at the tail end, I'm also going to discuss, I'm going to share with my family, my people, of the plans we have in my marriage plans for August and September. So, we're going to repo all of these things together. But meanwhile, if you're here, if you're with us, share this live video so that we can have a lot of people to join. How do I start? How do I start? How do I start? For what I have been known for this very long time, that I have been an advocate of Benin history, is that I will not allow anybody, any tribe, denigrate us, insult us without fighting back. When we started the strong resurgence on the social media space far back 2016, we met a space that was completely dominated by other ethnic groups. We started the fight. We took the fight Sorry for that. We met a social media space that was pulverized with so much lies and fallacies about Benin history. We fought with everything that we believed in, even when at that time I was 7 years younger. So when you remove 7 years from my present age, so at the age of 24, 25, I was already carrying the load of the kingdom. And to every world's fight that we fought, ranging from Ijo to Ishekiri, to the Ife, to the Yorubas, to the Igbos, we never lost any one of them. Because we were very strategic in our approach. We were very factual. If any ethnic group or tribe has been insulting us for the past 3 years, and I, Izoduwa, kept quiet, I have a reason for keeping quiet. I'm not one of those persons that I will keep quiet. I always have my reasons for doing the things I do. I speak when it is necessary. I speak when it is not necessary. And I am not just a talker. I act what I speak. We are going to address all of these issues. I heard Esan agenda. I heard Edo agenda. I heard a lot of our Edo people are saying that we are one and all of that. Historically, yes, we are. I have been one of the greatest revolutionary preacher of unity. I have united a whole lot of ethnic nationalities, ethnic groups to Benin. But in the cause of unity, I would not allow any tribe under whatever guise to denigrate and insult my tribe. If I allowed it, I have my reasons. I'll speak about the reasons. Itan of Edo Yoko, Edo Mamwegbe. I have learned timing. I have learned timing, and I have learned strategy. Benins of the old were strategic, and they believed in the concept of right timing. Emi ne gbe ya toloma aya tolo oga sege okpa tokpa vie mene do ya wemi ere do ya wemi ye itai do fi maigbe. I do not understand whatever political agenda. First and foremost, I have to make some very basic things very clear. I do not get involved in politics. I don't speak about it. Because none of them tends to feed any of us. Only money any beniro. And we that work, that believed in the handwork of our hands. That some people, because of their paying salaries or some certain persons, give them the liberty for them to speak the way they speak. I speak based on my conviction, not because I'm expecting anything from anyone. So if people like us are speaking on matters of Edo land, if people like us are speaking on matters not Kaido, or Mahekenawe Enwinwia Mimikbagie, Obari Obagwa, or Maheke, people who benefit from the coffers of some political leaders to be talking when people like us speaks. Because first, we are not influenced by what to gain. We are influenced by the conviction of the truth. And that is the only thing that we speak about at all times. The Benins have been fooled over the years. because of unnecessary loyalty to one political leader who has never or who will never mean well for this land. So every man Izoduwa agwa are a man that are under the payroll of politicians. I repeat, I say it with my full chest. Every single penny that I have today is as a result of my hard work. Every single penny that I have today is as a result of my hard work. If anybody says that Izoduwa enough for my beleku, let it all come out. If anybody says that in the past 6 or 7 years that Izoduwa will die politician, let he or she come out. So when Izoduwa speaks, he speaks with so much authority because he believes, and rightly so, that is not under any payroll of anybody. And the Edo people should listen to me more when I speak on some very sensitive issues that has to concern the growth and development of this land. Not people under the payroll of another person who means no well for this land, who means so well for their pockets. The Benin should start distinguishing those who means well for this land from those who does not mean well for this land. Otherwise, we are going to make mistakes. I can guarantee you certainly, if Edo people makes mistakes, and I have a governor of the next year, no, we are a bad type man. Yeah, what I call Remy. I'm going to pack my load and leave Edo, because by the time they make the mistakes of voting for someone that will bring shame and reproach to the kingdom and to the revered throne of the Oba of Benin. Anybody make a mistake in anybody no tame, they are not make another mistake. No tame after the mistake has been done. After next year election, and I'm very people know I'm very blunt on some certain matters. So let's use our tongue to count our teeth moving forward. On the issues of the Edo agenda or the Esan agenda, whatever agendas that are ongoing, I heard a group formed and it is called Edo Agenda. I heard there are other series of groups formed that are called Esan Agenda. As a matter of fact, I am not moved by any of the agendas. But I listened carefully to what the Edo Agenda said, chiefly the viral video where Chief Ute Tenegabi did the voicing. What the viral video said is something that some of us have been reiterating for years. That you do not insult a people for so long, only for you to come and tell the people that you've been insulting for this long to support you. It is never done. And I begin to hear when people said, allegedly so, correctly or wrongly so, that how can you judge an ethnic group by some few shenanigans? That is a very correct statement to make, that we cannot judge the Esan people by some very unscrupulous few elements. Beautiful. But Edo ya bita eken abi gabungbe wome tarwa. I want to say this. I'm a guy who doesn't talk. I'm in almost all Benin Esan Afema platforms. I see what goes on there. I never. He like to insult us from now till next 25 years. I read all of those things. I read every comment. But I don't comment. I don't comment. It is not these few shenanigans of Esan extract that pisses me off. It is not them. It is the enormous support from the Esan people that pisses me off. I will give a very good example. Example that I will give. There's a story that was written by one of the most divisive human beings on earth. The story of Izoduwa. How they allegedly said how they killed Izoduwa. They were very proud that they killed an Oba of Benin. That's what they said. Even if that story is 100% wrong, because I have narrated that story a couple of times. And that same story was posted on Esan Mega Forum. That story was posted on Esan Mega Forum. That was about 8 months ago. And at the time that I saw that post, there were about 750 comments. Of that 750 comments, about 725 comments by Esans were in support of that post. Of 750 comments, I do not blame whoever posted it. I blamed those who commented. Because if you were true to your words of our oneness and equality and sameness that I believe so strongly on, and quite a whole lot of other persons from both tribal groups believe so much, I am sure that post would have had more disagreement than agreement. A post where 95% of an ethnic group agreed to, even when they saw how divisive the post is, it is what causes shiver in my spine. It is what causes. It is not the few shenanigans. I don't mention their names because they are very unimportant. I mean, Biaka. Some of them came through my tutelage. So I can't be condescending level. I cannot condescend that I can't condescend to that level. I'm a proud Benin man. I don't condescend to the level of pigs. So that we'll start intellectually, those dropouts, those people that might not even have WAEC or SSC, that me, Izoduwa, will not be debating. If they are expecting me to debate at their own level, an IFE product, an IFE graduate, I will condescend my level to start debating with them. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'm too big for that. I saw all their lives. I read all of them. I just laugh and I walk away because I cannot condescend to a level where I start fighting pigs. But the most baffling of all is the popular acceptance of those lies and divisive posts and history that these people are posting. And that is a call for concern. And that is a call for concern. If that matter is not addressed, I can guarantee you it will snowball into an ethnic crisis. I am a guy who does not brag. I do what I say. If that matter is not addressed, the Edo agenda, I don't have a hand in it. But it is the cry of the people who has called me countless of times that Imag Gwaye Matana when I told them, why are you high? If I'm fighting a Yoruba man, it is good. We can fight dirty. After all, they have Oni, they have a laughing. Though not in the hierarchy of the Oba of Benin, but it can be compared. It can be compared. So if I'm talking to other ethnic groups and they have prominent kings, it can be compared. I have so many places to insult. But how do I not insult these people? Thereby reducing the palace to the level of an Onoje, a duke. at best in the old. I mean, man, say the level of a no of Enya or other enigi will tell you. How do I now reduce that? Then I will reply. That is, I am not condescending the revered palace of the Oba of Benin to their own level, which is an imbalanced history. I cannot do that. Idwalele or more na lagbo de mesini mawe edwaje no mina. I can't condescend my level. So it is not, it will never degenerate to the level that no, I can't. At what level would I hold them? How? So me keeping quiet is not because I didn't want to speak. I didn't want to speak because at what level should I not be interacting with them? At what level? That I will not be interacting, that a boy tell me down, then go man, who will I not insult that it will give me a feel of pride, or it will give me a feel of realization that many are error. So it is an imbalanced debate, it is an imbalanced historical comparison that I cannot fathom myself engaging in. These are critical issues that people must understand. I cannot condescend to that level. I cannot condescend to that level. So, if they are doing whatever that they are doing to insult us, and people, and a lot of very useless Edo people are not looking at it from the perspective of to understand, for you to address issue, you must go to the root cause of the matter. The root cause of the matter is that if anybody is able to provide a video whereby any Edo man or woman sat, and that video is not reactionary, amagbagui maime na sivi, that an Edo man sit down na few any highly placed person will take sign, or na few any of the onojes and all of that, Izoduwa will publicly come out and apologize. Like I said, if that video was not reactionary, because one or two Benin people tried to do that, we, the same Benin people, kicked against them for trying to do that, because we cannot sing fighting our own. But if our own continue to reject us, it gets to a level. There's a level you push a mato. He or she or home and get concept agbona. He or she will do 360 and fight back. It is getting to that level. And like I said, the root cause of the matter should be addressed. If you have any issue against our history, write your own history without having to insult our people, our land, and our throne. Keep the history of our throne from your mouth. Keep the history of our people from your mouth. Write your own without any insults. That is what we have asked. We have not said anybody should not write their history, should not construct their history, should not say that they are the greatest. That one doesn't concern Benin people. Write your history without having to insult on other people. That is not too much to ask. That is not too much to ask. You understand? That is not too much to ask. So if anybody comes out with a do agenda, trying to prove, trying to tell the world that for me to be able to trust you, to support you, while you are claiming that I should support you, there are foundational fundamental issues that must be addressed. Until those matters are carefully, diligently addressed, you do not have a right. You cannot insult me. That support him. How's that done anywhere? What kind of arrogance is that? There are foundational issues. They are very fundamental. Insults, plural, divisive insults, divisive posts, divisive commentaries has been triggered for the past 2-3 years. Nobody has cautioned anybody. Like I said, if any Edoma, if you see any Edoma or any Edo woman did a video, it is only reactionary. One of the greatest laws of physics is Newton's third law. Actions and reactions are equal and opposite. Actions and reactions. If you see any Edo man or Edo woman, anybody will take some, you will know that it's reactionary. It is you. If you check the video, if you listen to the video, you will hear where he or she will be saying, "No man not that an Edo man or Lajan, Benin Lajana." Then I start insulting an ethnic groups for what? Someone that I call my brother, why would I sit down and do a video to insult he or she? Why would I do that? How does that even make sense to anybody? How does this even make sense to anybody? Then a group called Edo Agenda came out, did a video. I listened to the video of their doing. I listened to the video and I paid attention to some of the arguments that they were presented. The argument that was presented is also the same arguments I'm presenting. That some persons, not all, some persons have been denigrating another ethnic group for this long. No single person in their land has been able to say they all gave blind spots as if it doesn't exist. It seems like they were in total support of these insults. They all gave blind spot as to all of these negative vituperations against the Edo people. For what exactly? How many Massinia? We do not share the same senatorial district. My name is Massimi. We have one senator. Edo man and Edo South man. Otesan person even at that, I know of more than 6 Okaili in this Edo land. No, we 6 Okaili. Utedona. It shows if anybody should have any problem with the Benin people, that person must be sillily mad. Because we are the most liberal people on earth. Then how come this insult over these years? And none of their leaders or elites or their kings or dukes has ever to call them to order. Then they will not expect the Edo people that near Ovie, they are not saying that can we judge an ethnic group by just few numbers? Yes, we can. These few numbers have caused so much terror that a larger numbers are in support of the terrorism of these people. And you cannot insult these people for this long and you think that they will not react. You think that they will not react. I watched a video last week of Enyan people when they went to the palace. The secretary of Enyan community, Esan Shenanigans, he spoke in the palace. We see everybody as our own. We do not discriminate in our land. Yet people sit in the confines of their sitting rooms and want to cause a tribal war. A tribal war. Something that will overwhelm them. Something that adogwaliya wogasege amuya nisa ye King Square agmeyansan. People sit in the convenience of their sitting room and wants to cause an ethnic war, making all sorts of divisive statements, and none of their people has come out to call them to order. And when the people that they have been insulting are not coming out gradually to react, they are saying that the people who are reacting are not being accused of trying to fuel tribal war. The people who are reacting, for the past 2 years, that's what they are telling them. And some very useless idiots think that because their life is all about politics, nothing good can happen to them in this their life until it has to be politics. Think that the matter is about politics. No! The matter is about ethnic pride. No tribe should be able to insult another tribe and blackmail them to submission. We shouldn't ever find ourselves where we are being insulted, denigrated, and also being blackmailed into submission. There is a root cause of an issue. We are being insulted daily. Our traditional institution is being insulted daily. Babi Bieka. The evidences abound everywhere on all the social media spaces. These evidences abound. That is the root cause of whatever that is to happen. That matter should be addressed. That matter should be addressed. These sycophants, these few Esan sycophants on the social media denigrating a traditional institution, which we have multiple evidences for, should be called to an order. That is what we are saying. That is what we are saying. We cannot be denigrated, insulted, and also blackmailed into submission. Or in the name of an agenda. What agenda? Not everybody is crazy about politics. But you can't insult a people and ask the same people to support you. First, one thing is foundational. Until the issue of these people openly shamed a public apology to the Edo people. Because if they are keeping blind spots, those who are keeping blind spots as if they are not aware, let them reach out to me, so that I can give them more than enough evidences of the insults that we have been insulted by for the past 2 years. And in all of that, let anybody bring out a video where I, Izoduwa, insulted anybody. That it was total. Then it will no job of Uromi. It was one table, or they told no job of Ubiaja. Abi. It was one table. But we have countless videos, screenshots, evidences of these people insulting a traditional institution. So nobody should say stupidly that why are we trying to bring the palace into politics? For crying out loud, at what point do we bring palace into politics? If we say that some people are insulting a traditional institution, that is a statement of fact. That has nothing to do with politics. There are evidences that are bounced on the social media spaces. For crying out loud, we are not fools. For crying out loud, some of us do not depend on politics to live well. That we have nothing. But one fundamental issue should be addressed. And I have said it, and I will say it again. There is still time for this fundamental issue to be addressed. There is still time for this fundamental issue to be addressed. The fundamental issue that must be addressed is that the insults, Nia insulting Mae, should stop henceforth. If they now come out and say that it's few of them, they should call those few of them to order and make a public apology on behalf of these few of them. That is what I, Izoduwa, is requesting for. If they are also able to provide video where that is not reactionary, like I said, that is not reactionary. If they are able to provide a video that is not reactionary, wherefore I, Izoduwa, then we also speak to our elites to also make public apology to them, to whoever elites that we insult. That is how you get peace. That is how you get unity. Not when there are foundational issues. You are not talking about it. You are talking about something else. Emi or see me. Edo emi or see me. Emi na ni no do see me ni. Am I one kind at me away? At what point will you be talking about an agenda? Whether it's Esan or Edo, when a particular ethnic group has been insulting another particular ethnic group, that is what we must address. That is what must be addressed. I do not always agree on some aspect with Chifute Tenegiabi. It's someone I respect so much. And I will give you 2-3 reasons why I respect Chifute Tenegiabi. While it pains me that a tout, it's always shameful that the worst of the worst, or you know, the worst, I mean, one of them chatted me up yesterday in the evening saying that because I get small followers now, when they follow them, they do anyhow. Do you know what they call? I had to tell him that it's ignorance. Yeah, I don't want to insult all those universities. With a glorified secondary school, one year glorified secondary school, we didn't only just go to school, we went to school to know what school is all about. There are some certain people I can never ever condescend my level to have an intellectual conversation with. I know my mates when I see them. I know people who I could relate with intellectually. I flow with everybody. I don't discriminate. I barely have friends. I barely have friends. My life is very easy for those who know me. I leave my house in the morning, I go to my office. I leave my office, I go to site. From site, I come back to my house. On some few occasions, when I close from the office, I go to one or two very quiet places in Benin. I chill, almost on my own. So, that is how I live my life. I don't live my life loudly. The only time people get to know how I live my life is when I do this. I told them people should understand what it means to be a social media influencer. I'm one of the greatest social media influencers in Edo State. And I will tell you why. Social media influencing has nothing to do with how many views you think you can have or how many numbers of the people you think you can follow. I told one of them that, let me tell you how influential Izoduwa is. Your children's children, generations are born from now, will still be reading numerous published articles Izoduwa has wrote. We'll still be reading interviews that Izoduwa, we'll still be listening to interviews that Izoduwa has granted on TV stations, on YouTube. We'll still be listening to publications that Izoduwa has made. We'll still be listening to the press brief that Izoduwa has briefed. We'll still be listening to all that Izoduwa have done. My footprint is indelible. People will listen to my contribution to the growth of Benin history forever. People will. So, I have influenced hundreds of Edo people. You go to TikTok, you go to Instagram, you go to Twitter, you go to Facebook, you see a whole lot of people who are now advocating for Benin history. Most of them will tell you, 80% of them will tell you that they were inspired by my work. That is how to be an influencer, by being positive. Your children's children will read my works. They will listen to my videos. They will become educated. They will be better equipped to defend the history of this land because they saw someone who put beautiful content, intelligent content out there for the future generations unborn. You think it's sitting on the face of Facebook because you want people to give you stars, because you want people to give you views so that Mark Zuckerberg can pay you at the end of the month. That is what makes you influential. My works are indelible. Even you tomorrow, if you now have sense, you have a debate, an argument with a Yoruba person, and the Yoruba person is schooling you that you will go to YouTube, and God punishing some of you. The first video, the first person you people will see will be Izoduwa educating you so that you will know what to do, what to say, to know who you really are. That is how you influence on social media, not constituting nuisance, not fighting every single Edo man. I don't fight any Edo man. Ile live dogmina, de iwa movie do iwe ovie do hawa aro we movie do waso aro ya. I don't. That I will be very happy that I brought a fellow Edo man and I crushed him, and I was happy that I was the reason why the person had to fall. I don't. That is wizardry. An Edo man should not be seen doing that. An Edo man who does that is a complete wizardry. No matter what any Edo man does to me, I don't condescend to the level that Ogagwamegwa. I don't mention names. I think the only person I ever mentioned his name was knowing Enugyo Ogwa. Why I mentioned his name is because he did a snippet. He did something and he mentioned my name. So I mentioned his name too in order for me to defend myself. I mentioned his name too because I needed to defend myself. That, oh, Yota. But it ends there. After that, I'm aware of what they are planning. I made a post the other day that what is done at night, the ancestors reveal it to those who the ancestors blesses. A lot of people did not know what I used. But my turning her. I know how many plans they plan for me every day. Wason, wava, obie. Any cow or game on you. And as far as my sorted, as far that tomorrow someone is not influencing me. I always come out with my full chest that have you ever given me one? In short, one of the problems I've had with a lot of Edo people is that Izoduwa gawe na maybe area do yawe. Some people think I'm very arrogant, but I'm not arrogant. If you know me in person, I'm not. But I just cannot see the truth and take the part of lies. So what I am saying, the essence is, I might not agree with some certain things that Chifute Tenegabi have done or does on the social media page, most especially when it pertains politics. I do not agree with some of the things. But you see that man, I can bet my life on some certain issues. When you call about patriotism, you see that man. I want you all people to listen to me. You know, most of the people that have sold the kingdom out in the past couple of years are the peoples that were suspended when Obaiwa newly ascended the throne of his forefathers. Because Beku, after the suspension, then I said they must bring the kingdom down. Don't also forget, under whatever circumstances I'm not aware, I don't know, Chifute Tenegabi was also suspended. Not because he stole money or some certain things played out, which I'm not privy to. I'm not kind why. The intricacies of the palace are not usually involved. But that man, since he has been suspended, it's almost 3 years or more, he has kept on defending and fighting for the kingdom. It reminds me of his father. I've said this story before so that people should be listening. No, the problem that a lot of us have is that Mama Ohedo, the likes of Chief Omosagie, Humphrey Omosagie, should have been placed in the pedestal of one of the greatest heroes of this land. Because he did the extraordinary. What Humphrey Omosagie, the father of Chifute Tenegabi, did as an Edo man, no Edo man of this era can do it. No Edo man. Not Izoduwa cannot do it. No Edo man of this era can do it. The sacrifices that Iyase of that era. When I made a post, I said he's the greatest of all Iyases in the past 300 years. What Chief Humphrey Omosagie, the father of Nagif Iyawate no Omemeni Tiebona, what the father did, no Edo man can do it, or have been able to do it in the past 100 years. No Iyase has been able to achieve what he achieved in 300 years. And I will tell you what he did. You cannot name the first 5 people who made it possible for we to get Midwest region in 1963 without having to name Chief Humphrey Omosagie. He fought for the recognition at the time when the Yorubas were almost Yorubanizing everybody. That is why you say Owan bear Yoruba names and Owan speaks a variant of Yoruba language. They are not, Owans are pure Benin descendants because they were trying Awolowo and his policies were trying to make it that the present day Edo and Delta speaks Yoruba. Chief Humphrey Omo Osage, the Asher of that time, alias B2, with his Oba, who he was very close to, Oba Akenzo II of blessed memory, and quite other Edo people, led the revolution that gave us a region, a first recognized constitutionalized region in the entire Nigeria, the first and the only. After the success of that region, they needed a political head, the premium. Do you know who the premium? Today, what you call Osadebe Avenue wouldn't have been called Osadebe Avenue. It would have been called Humphrey Omo Osage Avenue. The government house in Edo State is called Osadebe Avenue. It wouldn't have been called Osadebe Avenue. It would have been called Humphrey Omo Osage Avenue. It was because of the sacrifices. Two things were offered. If the Benin is given the premier, the capital city will be moved from present-day Benin province to somewhere around present-day Delta State, maybe Warri. That was a condition that if Humphrey Omo Osage is to accept being the premier of the Midwest region, because the premier was zoned to Benin, while the governor general was zoned to Orobo Mariri. As a premier, which is the head of the region, he would have been in the level of the Awolowo. Do you know what the man said? He said, no, Ekinobayi is where the capital city must remain. He sacrificed. What are you here to now? If you know gear almost like useless people, who cannot even trace their family lineage to 3 generations back. They will betray the palace. They will betray the palace if they were given the same condition. They will betray the palace if they were given the same condition. But Humphrey Omo Osage, the answer of that time, said, no, I cannot, because of my personal gain, take away the development of the land where the Oba of Benin is and put it in another region. He said to decline. He said they can give the premium to whoever they want to give the premium, but let the capital city stay where the Oba of Benin is. And that's where you have Benin City being the capital of Midwest region, of Midwest state, before it was now splitted to Edo and Delta. Someone paid that sacrifice. I'm sure his family would have still be enjoying the fame and the politics if he was a premier at that time. They would have still, I'm sure that whatever states that they are now, they wouldn't have been in that state. They would have been more politically uplifted than where they are now. But their father made that sacrifices that a whole lot of their own fathers will never make for this land. Then why people now say that why I love him? Why can't I love him when I envy who his father was? What the father contributed to this land, where their own father will never contribute. In short, they tell you aware. That what can work back. The generations of these people are now. That what concerns you with that? Come on, premier. Don't you want to get relevant? They won't be Osadebe Avenue today. And again, the capital city, that Osadebe Avenue, would have probably be Omo Osage Avenue, but somewhere in present-day Delta State. So tell me a reason why Izoduwa tomorrow will not lead a constructive protest that the name Osadebe Avenue should be changed to Chief Humphrey Omo Osagie Avenue. Yale Swani soon. I think the ancestors are directing me towards that angle. So let anybody say to not prove to me that that man do not deserve a recognition. He has not been recognized as much as he should have. Then someone, what do I feel? No. It pains me that people who are supposed to be respected in this town are not being respected. I will political talks. The people who says yes, they don't. People who do not care about, who don't care about this land, they care about their pocket. That is who the people are worshiping. What nonsense! It's rather very painful and appalling. Like I said, I might not agree with some of his political stand. But it does not take his Beniness from him. It does not take his patriotism from him. When I was still a young man at Obafemi Awolowo, it's also a product of Ife. When I was still a young man in Ife, when I came to the palace with the hope that when we were planning for our Edo Day, he was the only person that ever gave me listening ear and tried to help me get funding, because we wanted to do an excursion to Benin, and one of the places we wanted to visit was the palace. He was the only person who was willing to help me the moment he learned that I was from Ife and I'm also a Benin man. So I respect him so much. But like I said, I might not agree with some of his political stands. He's old enough to be my father, so I do not disagree. But he's the part can be too extreme. He can be too extreme. But however, you cannot doubt his patriotism for this land. He can never sell Edo. Na 50 million na. Obi ne yakwe, obi yekwe. Obi man 50 million na. Yekwe we ekeni are dey all over the world. Yekwe wagmo Oba Benin Palace for sale. We in Izoduwa. People who kept mute. See, let me tell you the truth. I draw my line. Let anybody say whatever. I draw my line as a Benin person. I know those who love this land. I know those who doesn't love this land. So any Edo man who kept short, who kept mute, who kept short, who kept mute, when the present government were doing everything to take away what rightfully belongs to the palace, and suddenly they are not starting to get their voice or come to any of my posts and say, Oba Benin is our father. You did not know Oba Benin was your father. Why Oba Benin was your father? When Oma there emi Owoma ni ami oe wana dunui. He said all of you should get out. All of you should block me. Any Edo man or woman that kept mute during that time we were fighting, that the artifact belongs to the Oba Benin. That the artifact belongs to the Oba Benin. They didn't say anything. By that time, we were not playing politics. So we were not playing politics. Do you know that people would have accused me a long time ago if I was involved in politics? Anybody who says I am involved in politics is the greatest idiot of the century. Because you know what? I hate politicians with my last blood. Do you know why? They are they are liars. And I do not condone people who lies. So suddenly, you did not get your voice. You did not get your voice when some forces said that what belongs to the Oba Benin belongs to them. You did not get your voice. We were shouting, we were screaming on our lungs. You kept mute as an Edoma. Suddenly, issues have arisen. You are not saying that don't bring the palace into politics. How has the palace ever been brought into politics? Who? Because the picture of the Oba Benin was shown. Do you want, whoever that edited the video, would you have preferred that they put the picture of Edo State government? When you are talking about the issues of Benin Kingdom, when you are talking about the issues of Benin Kingdom, the first thing, the first person is the Oba of Benin. And if you're in a political gathering of politicians now, after closing of the meeting, they are having a meeting. Does that mean that they have brought Oba into politics? Because they said Oba talk after the closure of a political meeting. People who are not wise. In short, what we have fought for years, that we continue to defend, is to take the politics, is to take the palace completely away from anything that has to do politics. First involved, I don't get involved in politics. If I speak and you think it's about politics, it means that you are myopic and you do not think. You think because you benefit, or you are just a sick lover of the present state government. Otherwise, if you know me too well, I have nothing that I'm benefiting from politics. I'm a businessman who does my business. So I take away my culture, my heritage, my history, every of my different from politics. And when I speak and anybody try to read political mind, it means that the mind of that person has been so politicized that he thinks that every other person has to be a politician. So, there are fundamental issues. You did not speak. Wawa Goba. In short, did you see any SSA, commissioner, any Edo State governmental parastatals which with the Edo and the Oba Benin a congratulatory message when it was gazetted? Did you see all of them? Now those ones now tomorrow now and me will come to take serious. Because of 50,000, 80,000 na pay na pay they all kept mute. And tomorrow those people will now come out and say that those people will now come out and say that we are trying to politicize the Oba Benin. Because in truth, you kept mute. How do you intend? I wonder how these people intend to raise their children. No, what would they tell their children? That you knew that this thing is actually belongs to this institution, and someone else is trying that then you see all of these things. You saw what transpired. You remained mute. You kept your goddamn mouth shut. You never said anything about it. Suddenly, after that phase has passed, you now got your voice back. Then you are not calling me, me the many warrior, with a fought one way battle in my head fight. We'll tell you now. In my one winner here. Then you are not calling me that I'm trying to politicize issues. Politicize which issues? Bring palace into what kind of politics? Am I a politician? Do I play politics? I've not voted in a very long time. The only reason I voted was Peter Obi, which I voted for him with my full chest. Though we had a man win, but I voted for him because that was what my conscience was all about. So let's understand these issues. Know their enemies and know the true people who really love this land. It will help us moving forward. But like I have said, on Ariman, if you beg him, if you beg I have said it, that matter, the root cause of the matter should be addressed, not the superficial. Those are superficial. It should be addressed. An apology, a public apology should be made. You know, they always think, like when I commented on the TMC TV, one of them said that I am too small to even influence any decision. And I told him, okay, I have no power to influence anything. Izoduwa has no power to influence anything. This Izoduwa that you are seeing has no power to influence anything. Have no power to influence anything. But when the time comes, you will know whether Izoduwa has any power to influence anything. When it comes to the time. So in order for us all to enter 2024 understanding that we are our brother's keepers, with going with one love, unity and peace, with what we have always believed in, the unity of all the multi-ethnic groups of Edo State, for us to enter 2024 with that mindset of oneness, unity and brothers and sisters. Those who have erred, the elite should call them to order and make a public apology to those who they have been denigrating. When that is done, we enter the field with oneness, unity, and in one accord. But failure to do that, it only ties it. Let anybody that is in overseas deceive anybody that my level because my 1 million followers. Oma. Oma, like I've said, Oma, we not get 1 million followers. So my no Sunovedo, we don't have anything. My bad, you know, we are the most irrelevant of all the Edo people. I agree. But when the time comes, we will know who is relevant and we'll know who is irrelevant. So, please, I want to plead. Edo where I told a be, meaning be a toloma, I got tolo oyibolo. Ikele Edo wiye. Ikele. I'm improving on my Edo language. Because someone said I must improve on my Edo language. So, Ikele Edo Wiye. The Benins are strategic and calculative. I'm very strategic and calculative. I never spoke about this matter for 2 years. But I want to start speaking on this matter. Because Owohara Weni Elele Mweme Ugbo women walk bay, get down with the door. You don't stoop yourself low to start fighting a small boy. No, otherwise the small boy will now begin to see you that you not did the same level. Yegbe wa oh hanga we mi down. Oh ya son bolegbe. E do we down e dey do we mi. It is children that talks. Adult acts. It is time to act, not talk. Why again? All those many talk, make we not talk. The kele do we. Benins are strategic and calculative people. Why they are telling me? Yeah, no woman. Vedo ya ze itani. Eminaya woman. Abi eminaya buome. Uwo moyi. Omene do ya ze itani. Eminaya buome. Eminaya buome. Woman or ye. I mean, do ya zitani here. So you understand? For some of you knows that. I mean, do ya ha. They are saying yeko. They are saying yeko. For those who have been threatening us, for those who feel that they own Edo State, if they don't do what I have just said, Ogasege Arain. And if anybody thinks it's politics, no, it has not. It is called ethnic pride. That is what Izoduwa fights for. Ethnic pride. As we all the shout our oba talk, but why we are shout over our door? On the Maka Izoduwa. As we praise our Oba to high heavens, just see the praise your above the baby. We have no cause to disrespect. You respect my Oba, I respect whatever ruler you have. Everything will just sweet. So if people started to stick on to the sentiment, to the primordial sentiments of the old, it holds no water. If you know the contest of Azar, put money for Azar. You know, say that one person I started. No, the person that started it, it is not a group ideology. Most times, some of these words that we use was started by one person. It is not these words as I say put money for bros, put money for my Azar. When you don't cast everywhere for Africa. Now one person I started as a Miss Treasury in Benin. Now one person I started. So if one person maybe 50 years ago came out and said that it's an ideology of one person. It's not a tribal ideology. Because I don't believe that's true. Because it isn't true. It is just an ideology that we allow to linger on for too long. And that makes it also feel that we all supported the ideology. I think we also would have to speak out against that. It is not a Benin man's ideology. It is an ideology of one or two persons. Over the years, that seems to rub up because we didn't come out to also say that Eminani Magba. Anyway, we'll talk. I thank all of you. Then the last thing I want to talk about quickly, it's all of you Okay. I think there's a room. If anybody wants to call through, there's a way you can call through. I think I promised at the beginning of the program. If anybody wants to call, if you want to join this program, you can join this program so that you can call, so that make your own contributions, and so we can learn and listen, but let it be very brief. There's a way you can add yourself to this Facebook live program, so other persons can listen, but make it very brief. Add yourself, just in case you want to contribute. Just in case you want to contribute and all of that. I think that's all. Okay. I think someone wants to join. Oh God. Sorry. No, sometimes if the network is not good, person might not be able to join. But I try to. Okay. Abel. So anyone I'm able to add, connection failed. Network seems bad, but I'll keep trying. Should any. So, the last thing I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, I've taken a very bold decision in my life, and for the first time, I want to publicly announce that I'm relocating to Canada. Yeah, see why I don't know. I want to relocate to Canada. For the first time, I want to publicly announce. Yeah, see why? You are not be only to the fight for it. Let me go also fight for my pockets. Anyway, what I was going to say is I'm not relocating to Canada. I'm joking. I'm a local breed. If every Edo man come out for Edo, me not they come out to. I must fight the battle. That's not what I want to say. No. What I was going to say is that, ladies and gentlemen, let it be known for the first time for me to make my public announcement that we have officially, by the ordination of my family and my ancestors, we have fixed a date for our traditional wedding and reception. So, traditional wedding is coming up August 30th. And, which will take place in the ancient city of Ile-Ife. But don't worry. Oni will not arrest me. So Oni will not arrest me, just in case you guys. So my traditional marriage is on the 30th of August. It will take place in Ile-Ife. Then the reception, which will be strictly by invitation, will be in Benin. That will be on September 2nd, the same week. So what I want for my esteemed followers and brothers who has followed me, is for those who have followed me for years. If you know, I not buy tickets from whether Canada or Japan or Asia. Who am I day tickets? Why day marriage? Even if now 1 week. I know some of you I never enter Nigeria for 10 years because of me. Why I did ticket now? As I already talk now, I will finish in line and you people who already book ahead. already book ahead. So and then I will expect some of my people when I be Monty, Ovioba, Kasi, I will Messi, Kwase to organize. So even if why are they flight tickets? I walk out so that through my wedding now, the people who have believed in me for years, I can officially see them. Since I will not be able to visit all over the world to see each and every one of you, but this is a point avenue for me to see quite a lot of my people. You understand? So why are they flight tickets? Why 5 days wagbe? Why 5 days wagbe? Don't know why chifutete. So why 5 days wagbe? But a lot of you must come. A lot of you must come. You understand? A lot of you must come. So now I begin to know my friends. So now you're talking for granted. That's why I'm giving you people a very long notice. Otherwise, I forever everyone Nasan. Because you understand? I'm giving you a very long notification of about 4 months so that a lot of you can make preparation, even if it's just 1 week. So I want you people to come and join me. So for those who want to accompany me to the ancient city of Ile-Ife, you let me know on time. Want to shut down Ife. Egbe nawe dowa mu 1826. The dressing of the Edo people in 1826. My life. You don't know everything. Everywhere would be very traditional. I look for every avenue to represent my culture. Imagine on my own tribe. It will be flabbergasted. I mean, I has a bony colorful. Oh, what they flamboyant. You understand? So, Wamwegbe. So, but what would be more interesting to me would be to see a whole lot of you people making the sacrifices of traveling down for this very important point in my life. It will be more important than money. Trust me. To be much more. Much more to be much more important than money. Your presence, you people's presence will be much more important than money. So organize yourself. It will be strictly on invitation for my reception. It will be strictly on invitation to so this is the information. August 30th is the trad. Then September 2nd, trad will be in Ile-Ife. Then September 2nd will be reception. It will be in Benin. And we've already put in a whole lot of things in place. So with daughter now, and while we go with daughter 20% if you get married, you know. So even before so we should be able to take care of all the things that has to do with our marriage on our own capacity. So by the willingness of God and the willingness of our ancestors. When so I think all of these things sorry, my network is bad. A lot of people wanted to join, but I tried to add them, but I couldn't. I don't know, but you can still try if I can see out a couple of you so that we can have a little conversation before I call it a day. But however, waya wese. So so Monsieur Kwase, you now you supposed to number 1, number 2 for the list. You have not been to Nigeria. That's why they tell you now. You write to your where you are working, your company or whatever you are working. tell them that they should give you 1 week holiday, 1 week or 2 weeks, 2 weeks. You will all breeze in, you will breeze out. Understand? But I would love to actually be able to see a couple of our people, whatever sacrifices you make. I think I deserve it. I think I deserve it. So your presence will be more important than your money, actually, because I'd love to see a whole lot of you people that day. So I thank all of you. Like I said, for the fact that they are insulting us does not mean that we should insult. We should make our point very clear, which I have guided us to make it very clear. A public apology, and for them to call those nincompoops and for their elite to call them to order. They should be called order. A public apology should be written, and where they also say that we erred, we will also apologize, because in all of this, you cannot be talking about superficial issues when there's a root cause. There's a root cause, and that root cause has to be judiciously dealt with. Otherwise, we are talking rubbish. So that's what I've said. That's what my point. And I just hope people don't read any meaning to what I have said. I just hope people should be able to open their heart to understand my point. And people should people should also know that the so-called social media influencers that are politicians, they don't mean well for you and I. They don't mean well for you and I. Edo and Edoma ototaye odawe social media or ogbe 10 hours. Edo men. I'm not referring to any person in any particular, any Edoma what totaye, most especially an Edoma. What odawe Facebook for 10 hours. Or we are doing a boy you are there do. Because what is known for an Edoma, we are not lazy people. If the generations has made, I'm not going to raise any kids that's going to be lazy. That is what I have told myself. Because everyone marries the men, they lazy, total, and Edoma works. I'm not saying that, but there are people who do the social media thing, spend a couple of minutes, and they make more money than people who uses the social media to tear ourselves apart. We use the social media to tear ourselves apart. We use the social media that we now have one of the highest numbers of people on social media that constitute nuisance. How can you be on social media? You discuss about the most irrelevant issues. You discuss about. I'm not saying that I remember other tribes, but our number of things tends to be much, and it's so shameful. Why that was social media? I don't know the kind of a generation of Edo people that we now have, but these were not the generations. This was not the Edo people of the old. The generations of the old produces the best Edo breeds. What we have now, in my Edo wina. Look at it. Turn on for tato boy legi. Yes, in winner. I do it. Edo people are hardworking and industrious. But some of them, or not all of them, because me, I'm not lazy. I work. When she do law is 7, I work as if my life depends. That man win a video, me the next day. I work hard. Sometimes when I break down now, I break down totally because of the way I work hard. I'm not saying I should not take time to rest. Sometimes I cannot rest in Benin. Anytime I want to rest, I just travel that to Lagos or Abuja. That's where I can rest. But once there's Benin, if you call me and say, how far, job, they're not bomb me. Like that typhoid fever, want kill me. He will manage it like motor, we drive. I work from Mondays to Sundays. I don't. Sometimes when my fiancé calls me, so where are you? I was like, I dey go site. And I was like, why can't you rest? May I rest? Whoever social media me hire kwingo ni aya agba wa. That social media give me stars. Give me stars. Yeah, agba wa. Give me stars. Na no bome kwa agba wa. Give me stars. That Izoduwa will not commercialize my Facebook page. No, I can't do that. I'm not saying it's wrong to do that, but I have a paying job. This is not meant to pay me. This is meant for me to educate my people, for me to put out my message out there. You understand? Because it's not my line of duty. My line of duty is ohana yo on where both 100 plus genuine land they come back. Man like both on a stars or man on a give me stars. Instead of me shouting give me stars, me I shout give me land. Not be land o, genuine land. He did government land, he do toba, he may with thorough search. So you know, la o teme type no wa tato boy le ye I do yi handwork imam wina o sai go bog bi ma o sai go bog bi ma. When I come the year say women would they take care of a doma for house. For me to be ma when woman would they take care of for house, it was baby one. I commit suicide because it's not a do like of us. If worry man, we take pride. What is there to take pride in? If your wife or your woman takes care of you, or however I wanna wear bed or social media, what is there to take pride on? You understand? If they get okay. May God not allow them give me power for this land though. Otherwise, I have a ceremony to denounce some edome. I have a list, annual list. I have a man obogbedo. I will compile the list. I will denounce that this I mean in do obo oviedo no bogi bene oviedo. We denounce them because they are bringing shame and reproach to an ethnic group that is so. See, you cannot be proud on emptiness. You cannot have pride on emptiness. You cannot be proud as an Edoma, whereas you don't bring anything to the table. You are empty. Your brain is empty. There's nothing in your head. You cannot provide for everybody. You have no reason to be proud as an Edoma because in the first place, you are not an Edoma. So there's no reason for you to be proud. Your pride should be from what you can contribute to your family, to your immediate surrounding, and to your people and your land in general. That is where Edoma derives his pride from. Our competition. When I had 35 Ugan big men. They were competing with hard work. Nubore base. Ne eru ne roge ononabe erume ek we ake adere rume kene rume se. That is where the Benin men were. They were proud by handwork. They were not proud by laziness, by give me stars. That is not where the Benin people got their pride from. So if you are seeing on the social media space saying give me stars, oh bog boy, as an Edomo bog boy. So we must derive pride from our hard work. The akwe okoedu awe odu yo ya ne. Why? You kick careful. Sorry. I'm a violent husband to be. But whoever buy your yame. Anyway, why I was say I'm a so I thank all of you. Please, for some of you who have followed me and love me, you must make preparation. You must come for my wedding. If you don't come for my wedding, in short, right now, I want to be hearing people buying tickets. Why buy the ticket screenshot to send the argument on my inbox? Yeah, me correct. What they do a ticket, so even if it's 1 week or 2 weeks, what we do, we do. You know, some of you have left Benin. They are very good accommodations. They are very good hotels. Don't worry, just call me. I'll hook you up. Well, as a sharp edo guy, I'm a hotel no even in my mind. Only Salobaya women, or the other side. As an Edo man, you know, so I have a woman, so we cannot shy away from that as an Edo man. Oh, but not na ageni. So I have a woman. So I have a woman. Edita I say, oh, you know, so I have a woman. They too worry. Why they are both I say, oh, why me buy a ya no salobwa. Ya osari yi manedo ona yoni lelema. My number, why would you have my number? Esther Imagbe 08136722162. 08136722162. Our pin here, you so you have access. You are my friends on Facebook everywhere. So I know. I said my own. Who not come for my wedding? Why team? Why did it team? That after why we matter now? Is there why? If you come and not do why you want. So anyway, I want to let me round up now. I'm rounding up. So I thank all of you. I thank all of you. August, October, or time, my dearest sister, me why you win by 4 a.m. What do we motto? Why ya 4 a.m. Again, may I like ja 5 on my way to my village by 4 a.m. on 18 on my way to my village. You want me? Over may I like ja 5. Honestly, remember your webo. Again, me why I like ja 5. Again, you be adding in, you know, why are you win a new door? Honestly, and in Nigeria now, we like our life. We go to work by 8. And so I'm the CEO, I'm the owner of my company. Majority work by 10. But most times, I've changed now. I now go to work early, 8 a.m. But anytime I go to work, I work till probably 5, 6. You can close. No. Who could say not be account? You know here what at the top. I know they send account number. Your flight ticket. Go buy where's your account number? Go buy your flight ticket. Where I don't know see account number. You coming means more to me than you sending money. I've made that point clear. See why I do very well cow. I ain't be or cow. So I was it. Obama talk by you. It says so. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys soon. So, but you people take it easy. Osanu Dazi, Enika or Yimabo, Kemi. mani wedo igwa lo wagbona sanu dazi ni ka to wa kyodeni ma ma goba mi okan awe egian mi mabo egian eri gbogbo alade ni mare mi o mama gbon ri ma anyway why I was say it's just another day in a cow in my mouth or bat up by it's I